I got that summertime depression. Yeah, so I didn't read this weekend, and I didn't read yesterday, but yesterday I did buy Trials of Apollo. I bought the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, if you can see. Exclusive. Yep, there you go. You can see it. It has stuff in the back that you can see when I film my book haul, because I also bought 2 other books. I bought Leah on the Offbeat and All Out. Maybe buying these books will motivate me to finish Circe. So, yet another thing I'm trying to motivate myself to finish Circe. Who knew it would be a struggle? I didn't. When I made that unboxing video, I was over the moon. And I was like, I'm gonna finish this book so quickly. And alas, I have not. My friend actually was like, my friend was over the other day and asked, hey, so you know that book Circe? And I'm like, you mean Circe? And she was like, yeah, that one. And I was like, yeah, I'm reading it right now. And she's like, do you think you'll be done by next Wednesday? And I'm like, no. Because I don't know when I'm going to finish this fucking book. But anyway, she wants to read it. So that's another thing motivating me to finish this damn book. It's not actually bedtime. I just have blackout curtains. Also, I had those chips for breakfast, and you can notice that my memory foam is off of my bed. Anyway, I have to go to the bank today, but before I go to the bank, I thought I would read a chapter. Just a chapter, as I do. But hopefully, when I come back from the bank, I'll read even more. But I might get stuck out with my roommates because they're in the living room all the time now. And I always feel obligated to hang out with them, and it's a struggle. It really puts a damper on the things I want to do. Anyway, I have rambled for far too long, and I'm going to read now. So I'll catch you when I'm done reading and need to go to the bank. So I was on page 190. And I got to page 206, and I got to meet Odysseus, which is kind of surprising because we have a whole 100 pages left, and I don't know what's gonna happen, because if you've already met Odysseus, that's it's what happens, Circe. It's the main thing. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't know what was gonna happen for the first 100 pages. Or 200 pages, actually, because I'm on 206 now. And I was waiting. I was like, when are we going to meet Odysseus? When are we going to meet Odysseus? Finally met Odysseus. Things have not gone as I expected them to go. I'm not going to give away what she does. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she turns the men into pigs, because that's what she's known for in the Odyssey, and she doesn't turn Odysseus into pigs because Hermes helps him, and that has some extra weight in this book because of what Circe and Hermes did earlier in the book. And yeah, it was interesting, and it did not go after Odysseus found out that his men were turned into pigs. Did not go how I expected. I'm gonna leave it at that. Although Circe did take an oath on the river Styx, and I thought that was cool because I've only seen that used in Percy Jackson. I was like, hey, I know that. I know that's a thing. So that was cool. I actually wrote a line in one of my 10 minutes, Alexander the Ghost. In my 10 minutes, he goes, swear on the river Styx or I will haunt your ass forever. And it's pretty funny. If you guys want to read any of my 10 minutes plays, let me know in the comments, and I'll hit you up with a link. I think I've already mentioned this before, but might as well mention it again. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the bank now, and hopefully when I get back, I'll read some more. Who knows? I'm kind of feeling it today, so I don't want to waste that. So anyway, See you guys later. Alright guys, I started at page 206 and I got to page 218 and you'll never believe what happened. So, Achilles and Patroclus were mentioned and Odysseus was like, spoiler alert, kind of. It is a spoiler, but it's not like a big spoiler, so, like, I'm gonna say it, because you guys know me, and I love me some Patroclus. And so, Odysseus is talking about how, Achilles was like a bad soldier and everything, and how he was even worse when his better half left. Or, I think he said, when his better half was gone. And Circe, of course, is like, what was his better half? And Odysseus goes, his lover Patroclus. And I was just like, yes! Oh my god! I love it. Madeline Miller coming in clutch with the Patroclus content we all needed. You know, she wrote the Song of Achilles, so you know she was gonna, like, try and sprinkle that in there. Just, you know, she's looking out for her fans. She's like, hey, these people really like the Song of Achilles. I'm gonna sprinkle in some Patroclus content in there. And I was so glad. It was great. And I may have taken a few Snapchats of it. When Achilles first came up, I was just like, my son! And then they did the Patroclus thing, and I just put a bunch of exclamation points. And then Diomedes was mentioned, and it was just Diomedes was mentioned as Odysseus' right hand, and I was like, come on! You know they were lovers. Just go ahead and put it in there, but I guess that's too controversial or something. I don't know. It's not like agreed upon that they were lovers. I just personally think that they were lovers, and I know people on the internet agree with me. So, anyway, I had a grand old time reading about the bays, even though they were like mentioned. That was basically it. What I told you was basically it. Like, Achilles was kind of mentioned a little bit more than that, and Patroclus was mentioned when Odysseus was telling the things he did, and it was like, good Patroclus would be like, this isn't a hero. But Circe wasn't like that. So that was another time when Patroclus was mentioned. I'm sorry I'm kind of ruining this, but, like, it's just too exciting. It's too exciting to not mention. I'm sorry, fam. You got this to look forward to. It's really not that big of a spoiler, okay? I don't feel too bad about sharing my excitement over this. Otherwise, my reading vlog would just be like, yeah, it was a good chapter, some cool shit happened, but I'm not gonna tell you what. But anyway, so that happened. But, like, the main thing that happened, I was like, kind of like, why? Anyway, that's all I have to say for now. And, oh my god, I'm still not over the Patroclus content. Like, that just made my night. So, I'm gonna go to bed now, hopefully. Probably not gonna go to sleep very soon because of that. I'm just gonna be thinking about that, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's so good. Even though, like I said, it's really not that big of a part in the book. Like, it's mentioned, it's a brief mention of them. Not, like, that's it. But, I don't know. Any mention of them just is, like, quality shit to me. I'll see you guys in the next one of these I do, which will hopefully be tomorrow. Alright, y'all. Vampire lighting is back again. As I got my blackout curtains in. Y'all, I never turn on my overhead light unless I'm actually filming a proper video. I just want you guys to know that. Like, me turning on the overhead light is like a rare occurrence. So that's why you get my quality vampire lighting for most of these reading vlogs. I'm sorry. It's just too much effort. Even though it's like daytime, I'm just like, man, we're just gonna hang with my lamp. Anyway, I'm gonna read some today, because I didn't read any yesterday, like I said I was going to, because I forgot. And I know my roommates are out there. They're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can hear them. I don't know if you can, but I can. And I'm just going to ignore that and hopefully have a productive reading experience. It's not going to be as good as it was the last time because, of course, the bays are not going to be mentioned again. But it's going to be good regardless, hopefully. I don't think there's anything that could happen that hasn't already happened that I wouldn't like. There have been some things that have happened that I don't like. So it's probably just going to be more of that. I'm not going to go into what that is. That is all for now. I will talk to you when I get done reading. So I started at page 218 and I got to page 238, which means I read a total of 20 pages, which is cool. And it turns out the bays were mentioned again, just not like they were the last time. Like, it was just like, oh no. Circe was like, oh no. Am I gonna end up like Achilles mourning over his lover Patroclus? And then she was like, no. Odysseus had to go to the underworld, and when he came back, he was like, yeah, I met Achilles and Patroclus and Ajax, and they all envied my life. But their work is done now. So that was cool. I was glad for more of the mentions of the bays. I live for that. But anyway, the thing that I didn't like continued, and that's fine, but it's over now, I believe. I haven't read the next chapter, so I don't know if it's like completely over, but like I'm pretty sure it's over. So like I made it through. And also, they mentioned the fates and how the fates are, like, cruel and how they always put obstacles in your path. And I was just like, yeah, hashtag relatable. Because I'm always complaining about how the fates are ruining my life. So anyway, I'm gonna go check the mail because apparently the beads for my Percy Jackson necklace came in today, and I may also have some books coming in today, so I'm gonna go check the mail, and it's gonna be lit, and I'm sorry if you can hear some weird shit going on in the background. I have no idea what the fuck my roommates are doing, but anyway. Alright guys, it is that time of the night where I read, and this will be the second time I'm reading today. I'm getting a lot accomplished today. I got 2 new books in the mail. That will be in my little mini book haul I'm gonna do eventually. Probably tomorrow, if I don't do anything tomorrow. And yeah, I also got beads for my Percy Jackson cosplay, and I got the stuff for my roommate to make me a sword for my Percy Jackson cosplay. It's gonna be lit, going to MegaCon on May 26th. I believe. So, that's gonna be lit. Hopefully people are like, hey, you're Percy Jackson, and aren't like, I don't know who you are. But anyway, reading. That's the thing. I'm gonna keep reading and find out what happens with Circe, because now that Odysseus is left, what can happen? What is gonna happen? I have no idea. There's still like 100 pages left. And so, yeah, I'll tell you how I feel about what happens to Circe in the next one. So, I started on page 238 and I got to page 252, so I think we're making some pretty good progress as it stands. Like, maybe not the best progress in the world, but like, it's something. This is the second time I've read today. Like, that's something too. So I'll probably finish this relatively soon. Like, not super soon, but like, you know, relatively soon. And as for what I thought about what happened in the chapter, I kind of saw what was happening coming because they dropped some hints in the earlier chapter. And so I was like, oh, okay, this is happening. But, like, that doesn't mean I had to be happy about it. Like, it's part of mythology, so, like, I looked it up. It's part of mythology, so I'm not faulting Madeline Miller for including it. And, like, it makes for a great story. I just am not a fan of this particular thing, which I wish I could go into detail about with you guys, but it's such a big spoiler, and I don't want to spoil the book. If you're like me and have limited knowledge of the Odyssey and Circe as a character, and you want to go in blind, like I did, that's really all that happened. The bays were not mentioned. Actually, Thetis was mentioned. And Thetis was referred to as Achilles' mother, so technically Achilles was kind of mentioned, but like not really. So yeah, they're not probably gonna be mentioned again, and I'm kind of sad because like I was living for that content, but it's okay. I know we have to go on with the story, and I'm eager. I am very eager to see where this goes. Because I don't know the mythology of Circe. I don't know what happens. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens. So I'll let you know, how that goes. And I'll catch you in the next video. Alright guys. A few things. So 1, I missed 11/11, so I did not get to make a wish, and I'm very sad about that. 2, I've been showing my friend In the Flesh, and they just called one of my favorite characters, because Kieran is my favorite character. They called my second favorite character, Simon, emotionally manipulative, and I'm kind of sad about that too. And 3, I got an internship, which you can see in my life update video and / book haul that I made. So I talk about it more there. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because, like, I already made that video, and yeah, just watch that video. I'll link it. I don't feel like pointing, so you know where it's going to be linked. 4, it's real late, and I don't think I'm going to be able to read tonight. It's 20 pages in this chapter, and you know me, I don't like stopping mid-chapter, so I just think I'm not going to read tonight. I know I should read, but I don't want to read the whole 20 pages tonight because that'll, like, keep me up longer, and I have work tomorrow. I have to be up at 9, which I know is not that early, but, like, it's kind of early, and, it takes me a while to fall asleep, so I think I'm just gonna pass on it tonight just because the chapter is so long. But I will definitely start it tomorrow on my break, and possibly before definitely before I go to work, because I'll definitely have time. So before I go to work, and then on my break, when I'm more comfortable stopping mid-chapter, because I have to. And so, anyway, I am not going to be closing off this reading vlog with an actual reading thing. But I did want to close it off with something, so yeah, that's why I made this video. And I hope you enjoyed my reading vlogs. Like I said in my life update, I think this might be the last one for a little bit because of my internship. But anyway, hope you enjoy this, and I look forward to getting back to you guys again. So, here, I'm gonna try and wave. Bye, guys.